Hey there, folks. Thank you for tuning the fuck in. Glad to see you there. Looking for some true crime? Well, we fucking got it for you, so buckle up. This one is a real crappy one. A real disgusting one, and I hate this guy so much, and I think you will too. Here's what we got for you today. We got plumbing, a dissection table, 10 kilograms of flesh, and Oshawa, Ontario. Yes, you are correct. We are talking about the pissant, the piece of fucking crap, Adam Strong. This one's gonna suck, but they always do. Grab yourself a drink. I recommend hard brown liquor, and let's get into it. I'm John, and I am Kat, who's currently playing Bloomtown. And this is Aghast. Well, hello again. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, God. Here we go. Again with this.
Nice to have you back.
Is it a good story today, Kat?
Oh, you're going to have a field day with this one, I think.
It's going to be an unhappy story.
It's not a good story, that's for sure, but like...
Feelings will be hurt.
Yeah, it's just not fun, this one. But the insults will be flying, I'm sure, at the end.
I find that if I get too pissed off, though, I just swear too much and I can't think of anything creative.
Well, that's okay. Swearing can be creative, too.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
I am drinking red wine with ice cubes in it. I know that might be frowned upon. So if you hear any clanking, that is what it is.
God, you got wine breath.
Isn't it delicious? And I just brushed my teeth, so the wine doesn't even taste that great right now.
Oh, no. Why
but
would you
I don't drink it for the taste.
I drink it for the fucking feelings,
exactly.
Motherfucker. Trying to repress that fucking work that I just did.
All right, sweetheart. Love of my life.
Yeah.
Wendy. Sarah! Darling. Light of my life.
Why don't you give us a disclaimer?
All right.
Brief disclaimer.
Okay.
Please.
Yes.
I have a video game waiting for me.
All right. Cue the fucking music. Hey, folks. You feel that? Yeah, it feels pretty good, eh? We here at Aghast have a lighter touch to true crime. The lightest touch you could possibly fucking imagine. We are like that moment you have about 45 minutes after having sex with a man with blue balls and he came inside you without a condom. And you were in downward dog style and gravity just took all of that all the way deep inside you, right into the back of your vaginal crevice. And you were like, well, that was fun. I almost came. And you wipe yourself off and he wipes himself off and you get up and you go and you decide, all right, well, I guess I'm going to watch some Love Island now. Well, he takes a shower and cleans off his fucking dirty knob. And you're sitting there and you're watching Dating Naked and you're thinking to yourself, none of these people are good looking. And you feel that little trickle, little viscous, swirling dribble dripping out of your pussy into your leggings. And you don't wear underwear, so you know there's going to be a stain. And you feel that man juice just pouring out of you. We are like that ejaculate. The ejaculate of true crime pouring out of the whore of podcasts. And the reason we have to have this air of levity is because true crime sucks. It always has and always will. Don't fool yourself. And we have to go to work. And we can't be riddled with fucking depression and dismay, so we try and make light of it as best we can. And unfortunately, if you are not a fan of making fun of, insulting, and belittling murderers, rapists, their shithole families that created them, and all the other bastards that made it easier for them to do what they did, if you don't like that, then you're a clown and a fool, and you probably enjoy the prospect of eating bugs as well. For the rest of you, you're clever and intelligent and wise and cultured, and we welcome you, and we hope that whatever you're looking for from this podcast, you get it in spades. And if not, well, drink up and drive home safe. Best of luck. God bless.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers, sweetie.
I would like to point out that John went to Catholic school, which probably explains the horrifically incorrect happenings of ejaculation and vagina walls.
Get out of here.
Downward dog style.
My ejaculate flows out of you like...
Okay.
Like, get over yourself.
No, you
Yeah,
cut
I
that
know.
out.
All right.
Well, sweetheart, are you ready?
Yes. Can we get on with the goddamn show?
Yes. I would like to say two things.
Oh,
we do
buckle up.
have bloopers at the end of our outro. Be sure to check those out. They are hilarious. I would say fast forward the whole episode just to listen to the bloopers. You'll probably get the whole story still.
Well.
And I think we need to advertise Snake and Dukes because that deserves a bigger push. So check out Snake and Dukes on YouTube. They're video game Let's Plays that John does with his dear brother, Robert.
Yep. It's pretty good. We got one episode coming out shortly, and by shortly, probably next month. Yeah, I die a lot, and Rob gets really pissed off, and by God, it's a barrel of laughs.
This channel, I think, is hilarious. So go to Catam Concoction on YouTube. We link it in our show notes too. But look up the playlist Snake and Dukes. You will die with laughter. Guaranteed.
If you like video games, or if you don't like video games, do it as well because we don't take it too seriously. Mm-hmm. Okay, can we get on with the goddamn show? Can we please? I want to play Skyrim, goddamn.
Well, you're the one that does a 20-minute disclaimer.
God damn it. I got blood clots sitting here for so long.
So today we're diving into the disturbing case that rocked Ontario, Canada. A case involving manipulation, darkness, and unspeakable tragedy.
God, it sounds like every fucking breakup I ever had.
So buckle up as we unravel the chilling story of Adam Strong and the two...
What? What a name.
And the two young women whose lives he took.
Oh, fuck him. How old is this bastard?
This is a case that brings out all the questions about evil in plain sight and the impact of predators lurking within our communities.
Don't come to Ontario, Canada.
Adam Strong's crimes unfolded in the quiet suburban city of Oshawa, Ontario, a community not far from Toronto. For those who aren't familiar with Oshawa, it's a city that boasts a mix of residential life with parks, schools, and a vibrant community spirit.
Not if you fucking live there.
But in December of 2017, the city was rocked by one of the most shocking murder cases it had ever seen. What made this case even more haunting was that the truth would only come to light because of a routine maintenance issue. A plumber trying to fix a clog in an apartment building would discover something horrifying. But we'll get to that later.
Oh, man, yeah. Yeah, if it's like the apartment buildings I lived in, oh, shit, the things they pulled out. One time, like, my drain to my goddamn bathtub was clogged because I was at the bottom of the stack, and I fucking snaked it myself, and I pulled out a whole Barbie out of my goddamn fucking... A whole Barbie.
I remember you telling me that.
I was like fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Was it dirty?
Barbie. Yeah.
Ew.
It had poo all over it. God damn it.
But first, let me introduce you to Adam Strong, the man behind these heinous crimes.
Fuck this guy. Already, fuck him.
Adam Strong was a 47-year-old man who lived a relatively quiet life in an apartment in Oshawa.
47 years old in 2017? Yep, I think that qualifies. Gen X alert!
The level of admiration I actually have for China.
From the outside, he appeared to be a loner with a peculiar demeanor. Neighbors described him as a bit odd, but never suspected that the man living among them was capable of such horrific acts. Adam didn't have much of a criminal history, at least not one that would indicate the full extent of his dark tendencies, but investigators would later find out that beneath the surface, Adam had a long history of manipulation, violence, and deviant behavior, especially towards women.
Oh, fuck this guy.
Let's start with the first known victim, 18-year-old Rory Hash. Rory was a vibrant, outgoing teenager full of life. She had recently found out she was pregnant and was trying to get her life back on track. In August 2017, Rory went missing and her family was frantic, hoping for her safe return. For months, there was no leads, until a gruesome discovery was made in Oshawa's waterfront. On September 11th, 2017, an 11-year-old boy and his grandfather, who were fishing in Lake Ontario, came upon something floating. A badly decomposed and disfigured human torso was discovered, missing both its limbs and head. The body was so mutilated that forensic experts had a difficult time figuring out the victim's identity.
Oh, Jesus.
The only clue they had was a small piece of a tattoo on the neck, but it was too damaged to be of any help. It wasn't until almost 2 months later that DNA testing confirmed that the remains belonged to 18-year-old Rory Hash. Even after thorough searches, no other body parts were ever recovered.
Oh, that's fucked.
So that left the exact cause of death unknown. But the numerous severe injuries on the torso strongly indicated that Rory had likely endured torture before she died.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, this is awful. This is awful already. This sounds like a fucking start of an episode of Dexter. When it was good.
Just you wait.
Oh, shit.
But Rory's case took a twisted turn. In December 2017, the Woods family would move into an apartment on McMillan Drive in Oshawa and soon began to notice a terrible odor. Their downstairs neighbor, Adam Strong, brushed it off as a small plumbing problem. But when the smell became overwhelming, the Woods decided to call a plumber. The plumber, Sean Fenn, and his partner were shocked when they uncovered over 10 kilograms of flesh, along with hair and bone fragments clogging the sewer pipes.
Holy shit, how did he know those weren't flushable? Stupid bastard.
Among the remains were mangled human fingers.
Oh.
Realizing how serious this was, Sean quickly contacted the police from the house still.
Holy shit.
He stepped outside and called the police.
Oh my God.
When police entered Adam Strong's apartment, they found it in complete chaos, with garbage everywhere, dirty dishes piled up, and an overwhelming foul odor. In the kitchen, they discovered a dissection table, and the freezer held a severed head along with limb fragments.
Oh my God, what the fuck? This is like Leatherface's fucking apartment. The formative years of Leatherface, you know?
The beginning.
The beginning, yeah.
The apartment was also scattered with sadomasochistic magazines, intimate toys, and weapons. Adam Strong's crimes were shockingly brutal and sadistic. He lured his victims to his apartment under false pretenses, where he restrained them and subjected them to prolonged, horrific torture.
Must be like pretty thick walls. To do this in an apartment building?
I believe they were probably gagged or something.
Well, of course, but like still, someone's gonna hear noise.
Yeah. Well, you
turn up law and
Dahmer
order.
lived in an apartment.
That's true. That's true.
And people did hear things, and people did call the police, and he was able to talk his way through it. He explained the odor away as a freezer that died and bad meat rotting.
That's just lazy fucking cops.
Rory Hash suffered severe injuries while she was still alive, indicating that she had been tortured over an extended period. Adam used knives, whips, and other sadomasochistic tools to inflict unbearable pain on her. Blood spatter found on the walls, ceiling, and furniture of his apartment showed just how violent the torture was.
Jesus Christ. And he just sleeps there. He gets up in the morning and makes his coffee in this fucking apartment.
He had ceiling restraints, to suspend them from the ceiling, and dog cages.
Holy shit.
He dismembered Rory's body on a dissection table in his kitchen and tried to get rid of the remains by flushing them down the toilet, which eventually led to the plumbing blockage that exposed his crimes.
What a fucking ass.
The discovery of body parts in the pipes, along with a severed head and the limbs in his freezer, revealed the full horror of what had occurred in his apartment. Adam was arrested on the spot, but the full scope of his crimes was yet to be revealed. At first, it seemed like this was a case of one murder. However, as investigators continued their work, they would uncover a second victim.
Oh, God.
Candace Fitzpatrick, another young woman from Oshawa, had gone missing nearly a decade earlier in 2008. Candace was 19 when she disappeared, and while her family never gave up hope, there had been no leads in her case. It wasn't until Adam Strong's arrest and the thorough search of his apartment that detectives uncovered evidence tying him to Candace's murder as well.
Oh, that's gotta be horrible for the family.
Her DNA was found in the same freezer where Adam Strong had kept Rory's remains. Candace's disappearance had largely gone unnoticed in the media, but with Adam Strong's arrest, her case was reopened and her family finally received some closure, though it came in the most heartbreaking way possible.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
One of the most unnerving aspects of Adam Strong's case was his police interrogation. After his arrest in December of 2017, Strong was brought in for questioning, and from the start, his behavior was unsettling. He was disturbingly calm, even casual about the situation, showing none of the fear or panic you might expect from someone facing such serious charges. And you can watch this interrogation on YouTube. Like, he's fucking sitting there, legs spread, completely comfortable, drinking his fucking Tim Hortons coffee.
How the fuck does he have a Tim Hortons coffee?
Like, they bring them in. They try and build a rapport to get you to confess, right? But it's just fucking ridiculous.
I hope at the end they threw the fucking Tim Hortons coffee in his fucking face. Here's a new one. Fucking a regular. Bam. Enjoy your double, you fuck. Sorry, I hate this guy already.
During the interrogation, Adam made a series of bizarre and contradictory statements. He openly admitted to dismembering Rory Hash's body, claiming that she had died in his apartment from an overdose, which was untrue. He described how he panicked and decided to get rid of her remains in a horrifyingly methodical way. His tone was disturbingly casual, almost as if he were discussing an everyday event, not the brutal handling of a human body. The most disturbing part was how emotionless and detached he seemed when discussing the details. Investigators were struck by the fact that Adam Strong seemed to revel in the attention. At one point, he even bragged about what he did and that it was not the first time he had gotten away with something. A statement that hinted at more dark secrets.
Oh, fuck this guy. He's like playing games, the bastard.
Despite his cold and nonchalant demeanor, Adam never fully confessed to the murders. He maintained that Rory's death was accidental and refused to give any details about Candace Fitzpatrick. His lack of remorse, combined with his inconsistent statements, painted a picture of a man who was deeply disturbed and perhaps even enjoyed playing mind games with the investigators.
Yeah, no kidding.
What became clear throughout the interrogation was that Adam was manipulative and he tried to control the room. He seemed to enjoy the power he held in withholding details about Candace Fitzpatrick's murder, refusing to give the family's full closure.
Oh, what a fucking bastard.
Adam's interrogation didn't provide all the answers, but it showed just how callous and depraved he truly was. His willingness to dismember Rory Hash and his refusal to come clean about Candace Fitzpatrick indicated a man who took pleasure in the suffering of others. Detectives later remarked on how chilling it was to sit across from someone so unaffected by the lives he destroyed.
The cops should have just beat the fuck out of him right in that room.
Ultimately, this interrogation would help solidify the case against him, as his partial admissions combined with the physical evidence painted a clear picture of his guilt. Adam Strong's attempts to play mind games with investigators backfired, and his disturbing behavior only served to prove just how dangerous he was. Adam Strong's trial began in 2020, and as the details of the case came out, the true horror of his actions was revealed. Strong didn't deny that Rory Hash's remains were found in his apartment, but he tried to argue that he didn't murder her. He claimed that she had died in his apartment from a drug overdose and that he panicked and decided to dismember her. This defense, of course, didn't hold much weight with the jury. When it came to Candace Fitzpatrick, Adam was much more evasive. He never provided a full confession or explanation for her death, but the evidence was enough to connect him to her murder. Throughout the trial, he showed little remorse, his demeanor in court was cold, and he seemed detached from the gravity of his actions. He was eventually convicted of 2 counts of first-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 25 years. That's good old Canada for you, right?
Oh, just kill him.
Just throw away the key at the very fucking least. We don't need him out in 25 years.
No.
Well, I mean, no chance. Who's to say he'll be granted parole, but knowing Canada?
Fuck this piece of shit.
This case sent shockwaves through Oshawa and the Greater Ontario community. The families of Rory Hash and Candace Fitzpatrick were left devastated, though both families expressed a sense of relief that justice had finally been served. Rory's mother, in particular, became a fierce advocate for missing and murdered women in Canada, using her daughter's tragic story to raise awareness and demand better protections for vulnerable women. For many in the community, the idea that someone like Adam Strong could commit such horrific acts right under their noses was deeply unsettling. How could someone like this go unnoticed for so long? It's a question that still lingers in the minds of many who followed this case. And as we wrap up this case, it's important to remember Rory Hash, her unborn child, and Candace Fitzpatrick, 2 young women whose lives were brutally taken from them. Their stories are a sobering reminder of the violence that many women face and the need for continued efforts to prevent these tragedies.
Who's to say these were his only victims?
Oh,
eh?
100%.
You don't
47 years. And then you don't just have a fucking dissection table and like these crazy mechanisms in your house to restrain people. You just don't have that. Like
you don't go from nothing to that.
I would love missing sex worker cases to be reopened and all of that. Like I'm sure though, like they found out about Candace due to the DNA. So maybe they were the only two victims in that home.
Yeah.
But I assure you, he has done this before.
Oh, of course.
This case also highlights the importance of reporting suspicious behavior and trusting your instincts. Sometimes a seemingly small discovery like a clogged drain can unravel a much larger and darker truth. I applaud that plumber for not overlooking what he found and taking the appropriate actions.
Can you imagine if he did overlook what he found? He's like, people, they just flush the darndest things.
Yeah. And now when I was researching this case and I watched that chapter cover it on his YouTube channel, he is absolutely amazing. Go give him a watch. And then also read the CBC articles and everything covering the case.
Yeah.
There was reports that Sean Fenn first was shocked and called his boss and was like, what the fuck do I do? And his boss was like, call the cops. And then he called the cops. And then there's other reports that I read that he called the cops immediately. But either way, he called it in.
Yeah.
Whether it was to his boss but I can't imagine making 10 kilograms. That's 20 pounds.
Yeah.
20 pounds of human flesh.
Jesus Christ.
Like, and hair and fingers. And I would be in a state of shock stumbling across just a fucking like bone fragment, and let alone like.
Oh, totally.
So he handled the situation like as any normal human being would, regardless if he called the cops right away or if he called his boss first. And that is the case of Adam Strong. More so, it's the stories of Rory Hash and Candace Fitzpatrick. And we just need, I mean, I'm not going to be one of those people that say, we need to do better. I'm not going on that. I'm just saying, like, women, whether it's illegal or not, put a fucking knife in your purse and put pepper spray in your purse. I heard on a show last night, I much rather face cops or a judge for having these weapons than being killed.
Yeah.
So I much rather have to answer as to why I have these weapons. And if they're confiscated, that's fine. I will buy more. But I much rather have them in my possession than not.
Yeah, exactly.
So prepare yourselves. And men, too. Men are vulnerable, too. Just do everything you need to protect yourselves.
Or to protect a loved one.
If you, as strange as this is to say, if you liked this episode, please consider subscribing to Cast Aghast. And check us out on Instagram at cast_aghast.
Well, we're not done yet. We still have to do our fucking quote of the day.
Yes, I know. I'm putting that at the end of the episode.
Well, people think that is, and then they'll turn off the goddamn episode without hearing the rest of the fucking episode.
Probably turned it off
long ago.
24 minutes ago.
Okay, fair enough. All
right, who are we doing again? Oh, yeah, iced tea.
We were doing iced tea, but we don't have to do iced tea.
Well, do you have any other suggestions?
What about Wesley Snipes?
Oh, he's aging well. Oh, okay. Let's see what images.
Yeah, let's see what he has to say. Oh, fuck that. We're going to do Chris Tucker. All right, that's even better. All right. And now let's listen to the wise words of his tuckeredness, Christopher Tucker.
That's the last time I let Wesley.
Oh, I miss Chris Tucker.
No, you didn't.
Okay, that is the last time I let Wesley Snipes help me out with my taxes.
Beautiful.
What happened there? Like, was Wesley Snipes like, and Chris Tucker sitting in front of a computer, and he's like, "Hold on, trust me, TurboTax. We'll get this done in a minute."
They were just arguing over H&R Block and TurboTax for an hour.
No, that's not what I want to do. Listen to me.
Lee.
Oh my God! Now I want to watch.
Rush Hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the other one he was in? He was in one with Nick Nolte, wasn't he?
Or
was that Eddie Murphy? That was 48 Hours. Was he in 48 Hours?
Oh yeah, 48 Hours was. What is Chris Tucker's filmography?
Rush Hour. Oh, Friday.
Oh yes, or what you called it, Porch.
Okay, I couldn't remember. Silver Linings Playbook.
Yeah, you don't remember him in that?
I never saw it.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
He is in other stuff. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of stuff since Rush Hour 3, though.
No, Jackie Brown.
Yeah, he is a very small
Oh
part in
yeah,
that.
Fifth Element. I remember him in that.
Yeah, he was good in that one.
You know, we need more Chris Tucker.
Well, we don't know the kind of person he is, but...
God, the Meteor Man. Do you remember this movie?
Oh my god, no, I don't.
I just had a memory unlocked.
Meteor Man's in town.
Meteor Man was fucking...
Who is that actor? Robert Townsend.
I loved Eddie Griffin.
Oh.
I loved this movie when I was a kid.
James Earl Jones, Bill
Big
Cosby.
Daddy Kane.
That's a Sinbad. Nice.
Luther Vandross.
Nice. Yeah,
Oh,
well, I'll have to give that a watch.
Another fantastic movie, and I know I'm aging myself, but was Blank Man with the Wayans brothers.
Oh,
Very, like, oh, it's not Marlon. Damon Wayans plays a mentally challenged superhero.
Slap me around and call me Susan.
okay, we're getting way past our...
All right,
our-
you can go on and on, but
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to. We'll see everyone next week. Drive safe.
All right, see you later,
Bye.
folks. Bye.
You can check us out on YouTube at Catam Concoction.
That's CATAM CONCOCTION.
And on Instagram at cast_aghast.
Remember, there's a silent H.
I feel like this is a terrible disclaimer for this story.
Yeah. So it's Kismet.
Yeah. I'm cringing just hearing this, knowing this story.
Oh, really?
Let's wrap it up.
Okay, well.
This is the case that brings out all the... Just
All
let
right.
me tell the story.
All right, I'm sorry.
A plumber trying to flick a blah, blah. But Rory's case took a twisted turn. And he seemed to enjoy the power he held in withholding details about Candace. His willing...